What have you learned in managing? I've asked you before, but as we keep going, what have you learned in managing through bullpen games?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's read and react. You can go into it with a plan. You can go into it with, oh, this in an ideal world, this is great. But you just never know. You got to watch the game. You got to be talking. You got to have a lot of different scenarios going in your head at once. And I'll be talking with Carl and Albie the whole time to make sure I'm thinking straight. And you just kind of read and react. You have your plan. You know who's available. You know kind of when they want to pitch. But you have to watch the game and see how it transpires.
You always talk about you've used all your relievers in different roles anyway, so they can be prepared. Are there certain parts of the game where you read and react and go, you know what, it's the fourth inning, maybe I go with the guy I usually use in the eighth because this moment is bigger? Like, how does that play out there?
Yeah, I think it's you kind of have your guys in different buckets, and you know when you want them to pitch and how many pitches they have, and how many outs you need to get at that point in the game, and obviously, uh, it's a little bit different in a July game than it, say in October. But at the same time, we're going to do whatever we can to win this game, and Colby's got a decent amount of pitches to get us into the game, and then we'll go from there.
Go through the Stephen situation. I know you guys.
Yeah, so we've activated Trevor and then optioned him to Columbus, and essentially he ran out of time with the major league rehab stint, and Trevor just has a little bit more work to do to get back, and he knows that he understands the move, and he welcomes it, and I think that there's going to be some freedom for him, no longer rehabbing. Now it's time to go pitch, and just a simple thing like that could be huge for the mental psyche and getting into the rhythm of being an active pitcher. That could really help Trevor get back. And he's feeling good. He's trending. It's just not where he wants it to be or we want it to be yet to be in the big leagues, and that's completely okay.
How did Beaver feel today, and is there another step on the way here?
I have not heard the next step. I'm sure they're putting their heads together after they see how he feels today, plays catch, does what he does post start day. To come up with the next step in the plan, but he feels great. Just seeing him in the hallway, he's smiling. Beeb's always smiling, but he said he felt really good yesterday and couldn't have gone better. So we're really excited about where he is.
When Manfred comes, how different is it for you as a manager as it was for a player?
It's a little bit different. I had the opportunity to chat with the commissioner and just catch up. And obviously, it's great that he comes around and makes himself available to all the players. They ask him questions and talk through whatever they did in there. I don't know, but it's a little bit different just because I don't have anything to do with it. It's just say hello and catch up.
Do you remember any deadlines as a player that were on the off day? An off day?
Yeah, 2014. It was weird. Just it was kind of fun to follow the day and see what everybody's doing and this and that. It was the day that in Oakland we traded Cespedes to Boston for John Lester and. And you show up the next day and you're like, all right, here's our team. So there is a little bit of freedom in it being an off day. It's also hard because you're not with your teammates when things happen. So it'll be an interesting day. It's always a hard day, interesting day, fun day, and all over the map for everybody. So we'll see how it goes.
I know you always talk about you kind of play your lane, but do you feel like, or would you want to waste your opinion of how you feel about your team to management?
Yeah, I talk to them every day. I'm very much involved in all the discussions and talks, and it's very much we're on the same team. It's at the end of the day, I'm not a front office person. I don't make decisions like that, but I definitely get an opportunity to chime in and have conversations.
Is there more anxiety going through this as a manager, knowing that any moves they make directly impacts your job and the people that you have to work with?
Yeah, of course. You're a family. Anytime you have an injury or someone gets sent down or you lose someone off your team, it changes the dynamic of the group, and so or you add someone, it changes the dynamic. You don't know until you know, and that's why you show up every day. You have the same mindset, the same attitude, the same smile on your face, and we still have a job to do, and that's to go out and win this game. And the 26 guys in that room are in control, and we're going to continue to support them every way we can.
You mentioned a little bit about the mental psyche of players. Obviously, Stephen Quan's been in rumors for trades. How have you seen him handle that and still come to the office every day and do what he needs to do on the field?
Quan's a pro. all of our guys understand the business. That's the beauty of our job is, it's like I always tell our guys, for 20 hours a day, it's a business. For 4 hours, you get to go be a 12-year-old kid and play. That's the time where you get to turn your brain off to the world, to everything going on in your personal life, away from the field, on the field. Just go play and have fun. And Kwani embodies that better than most, and haven't noticed a change in his demeanor one bit. And along with some other guys that are in the rumors, and that's what they are still. They're rumors until they're not.
As you've gotten to know Colby, is speaking of mindset, is he kind of like the perfect guy to just, hey, go start this game? He just seems like he's just kind of got this, hey, whatever, man.
Yeah, I mean, he was eating dinner last night. I said, hey, you good to start tomorrow? He goes, yeah, whatever you need. And then he went right back to eating his steak. I mean, it's he just wants to pitch. I mean, we've seen him, he's started a game. He's come in the third. He's come in the fifth. He's come in the eighth inning to get a hold. Colby can pitch whenever we ask him to, and super valuable. And so to have someone that isn't going to be shaken, isn't going to have a restless night's sleep, it's huge. He has experience doing it all.
You see Manzardo one day, I know obviously the power is there, but what about, a more consistent average? Do you think has he got a chance to be, 250, 270, 280 hitter?
Yeah, I think for me with Manzo, what really has me excited, Hoynesy, is over the last month, I feel like he's taking his hits. He's taking his walks. I think a lot of times we talk about batting average. For me, it's OPS. It's getting that OPS up every day. And Manzo just needs to stay the course of where he is. We see him trending in the right direction. We see him starting to have better and better at bats each night. The kid can hit, and he's going to continue to learn and grow as a hitter. So, yeah, I could totally see Manzo growing into a guy that not only drives the ball to the yard, but works a ton of walks, finds hits, is a complete hitter.
What about facing lefties? Like, I know you got Santana and Fry, and it's a little crowded, but what can he do just to get more opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the way our roster is composed right now. I think, Manzo faced some lefties early in the year when we didn't have the right-handed DH. But David Fry kills lefties. So for Manzo, it's keep hitting, keep earning more playing time, keep doing your thing, and keep growing. And one day the opportunity might be there for you to play versus both. But the way our team is constructed right now, it's just not in the cards for every day playing against both.
On the other side of that, we saw Fry start against a righty yesterday. Comes right out and gets a hit. And I believe he's got a couple home runs. Just saying, I know they're different. I don't want to compare, but is it difficult sometimes with somebody like that to get going as well?
Yeah, for sure. It's a hard role. And, again, that's what we do. We don't necessarily look at left versus right. It's the matchup. Yesterday, their starter, righties have been hitting him hard. So we thought, good day to get David in there, and he came up with a big hit. So we're always looking for the matchups. It's not necessarily just handedness. It's we dive in much deeper than that, and we try to get all of our guys playing time.
What have you thought of Rocchio so far at second base?
It's fun. It's fun to watch. I mean, 4 games in now, and he's already made some incredible plays, and couldn't be more thrilled with the way he's playing out there and the way he's taken it and run with the work. He's putting in the work every day to get better and better. Rugi and Kai have him working on the in-between plays, the plays that he maybe necessarily hasn't made. They're working on them. So I've been really pleased with his defense at second base.
It helps have a shortstop's arm at second base.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, we get to play 2 shortstops up the middle. It's not a luxury everyone has.
How have you seen Arias come back from his injury and get back into it?
He looks great. We missed Gabby a lot, and just that impact that he brings in the middle of the order from the right side. And obviously the defense is incredible, but he's a presence in our order that we've been missing, and I'm really pleased with the way he swung the bat and played defense since he's been back.
I think all sports always talk about you build your team up the middle. And when you look at Angel, do you see him as a long-term center fielder now? I mean, is that kind of where he's – I know he's still got the versatility, but –
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a great option. We don't know how it's going to shake out down the road, but as you've seen, I feel completely comfortable with him in center field every day. He definitely needed a day yesterday. We've been riding him pretty hard since with Lane out, so it's good to get him off their feet every now and then. And he was energized all day yesterday, like he always is, and I'm sure he'll be ready to go today. But the job that Angel has done in center field has been incredible.
Bullpen games. For you guys, after going through your career and now having to be next to Stephen and going through bullpen games, what's the mindset that you're trying to be next to him to remind him of?
It's just when the reliever does their job is done. I think where bullpen games can go wrong or awry is where you try to extend certain relievers beyond their threshold or their capability, where it's like, you know, we can get one more out for him. We can get one more inning out of him. Whereas if the bullpen is in a good spot, a good shape, where you have the ability to, you have at least all, maybe but one guy available, is to put those relievers in the best spot to succeed. Just like how you would do in a normal game with a starter. You just want to make sure that each reliever is going against hitters or a pocket of hitters where they're lined up to have success. And I think, like I said, where guys get in trouble, where you try to extend certain guys to get one more out. It's not greedy. It's just in the back of your mind, you're just like, man, we can save a couple arms, but with the off day tomorrow, hopefully we can navigate it the proper way.
I love the word greedy, because whether you're playing a video game, we all have gotten greedy. Even last night, Logan Allen, we were talking about it on air. Matt, and you know, we're all going, hey, can they get 15 more out of Logan? There's a chance tomorrow. Like, what was that conversation?
That was exactly it. I mean, Logan was outstanding for us yesterday, and we needed it knowing that we'll have a bullpen game coming up today. And even going into the seventh inning, he was creeping up to the 100 pitch count, and, you know, Vogt was double checking with Carl if 110 was feasible, and Carl was completely comfortable with it. One, with just the workload previous starts, and then also the workload in that game. And so we had the ability to extend them. It just happened to be Tyler Freeman was going to be LA's last hitter, and he induced a ground ball double play, which was the best case scenario. So to get him through 7 strong allows us to set up today to have all of our relievers available for the game.
Another note, I don't know if this is going to make air, but I got to do it because this is who I am. All those guys giving you crap about whatever that video was when you were messing with Vogt.
Oh, the seats? Yeah.
But this is what I do. I'm giving you time in front of the camera to tell whoever was talking that scenario.
Oh.
Because I know you guys, and it was a national game, and I'm chuckling because I'm like, no, that's how things go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love that people are talking. It's awesome. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's baseball. This game is fun, you know? And obviously we were going through a rough stretch at the time. But we always have conversations in game about a variety of different topics. And then at that point, if you actually look at the video, Vogt's talking, and he says something that I didn't necessarily agree with. That's why I kind of gave him like the quick glance first, and then I threw seeds on him, and his reaction was, yeah, I'm probably wrong, or yeah, I'm not seeing it that way, and he kept going. But it's just a way of, one, it's in that scenario, you always want to, like, you feel the stress, like you feel like you're going through a rut or the boys are not playing well. It's not like lack of trying or preparation. You know, baseball's a hard game, and we play 162 of these games. So, you know, you need to find time to make it feel light, especially with Vogt, and then also all of our players too, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's a kid's game. It's a fun game, and obviously the stakes are the highest it can possibly be. Like, there's no level above this. This is the highest level, but also when we're at our best, we are playing loose, having fun, and going out and competing, and that's where we can't lose that. So it just happened to get caught on camera. There's a lot of other stuff that happened in the dugout that we hope doesn't get caught on camera, not for myself, but for the rest of the boys. But it's part of the game, it's part of sports, and, you know, it's just fun, man. So I'm actually happy that video still gets sent to me all the time. And it's funny, the people that are in the game or have been in the game, or people that know me and Vogt, they love it. They're like, this is so baseball. This is so you and Vogt. And it's fun. It's just, but I'm glad it actually got captured on video, because it's just a good thing that we can go back and forth about.
I didn't even think about it until I was sitting here talking to you, because like I said, I wasn't working the game, but when I saw it, I go, that's every day.
Yeah, every day. Absolutely. Every day, you know, and we keep it light, and the boys love it. We have our own little chirps in the dugout with all the players and stuff to keep it light, and that's just one of the ways. I just throw seeds on Vogt sometimes just to make sure that he's locked into what he's doing, you know, and he does the same thing to me, and we do the same thing to everybody else.
Carl, how do you, bullpen games we never heard a lot about until about 4 or 5 years ago. What do you tell your guys out here, and how do you prepare them for a game like this?
Well, no different than any other day. We go in, with a plan. Now, sometimes plans, are forced to change, early on, midway through the game. But in essence, we give them the ideal scenario. But at the same time, it's, look, be ready because we got to see how the game, starts. But we go through the same process in terms of, looking at who can give us what in terms of volume, number of pitches. The first part of the equation is are we going to be able to navigate 9 innings with what we have available? And then you kind of plan accordingly as to the order you want to go.
I keep hearing the word pockets. There are pockets of guys that you want certain guys to go against. But are there times where that pocket stuff gets thrown out and you just got to go with what you got to go with?
Yeah, I mean, there are. We do pocket guys out, and, we also take in consideration left, right, portions of the lineup that we may see a switch hitter, and, if we want to, in fact, do that, to turn guys around and, see where we land the next time through. But, yeah, guys are still pocketed out. But particularly, 7th, 8th, and now the 9th innings, there's a formula that we have there. It's just a matter of being able to get to that formula in that portion of the game.